Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS and the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and this video is about the destruction of America, which is known as Mystery Babylon the Great in the scriptures. Alright, and the brother Arrows of Indignation 144 posted this video. Executive order for Iron Dome over Babylon, not going to stop those arrows from coming. And those arrows that he's referring to are the ICBM missiles. Those missiles were created for a reason, and it is for one main purpose, and that is to destroy America, which is known as Mystery Babylon the Great. Isaiah 54 and verse 16, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. So these were created, these missiles, and as you can see if you Google it, these missiles are still being advanced. They exist already, but they're becoming more and more powerful. And these missiles, the purpose of them is truly to destroy America, which is Mystery Babylon the Great. In Revelation chapter 17, it mentions this. In verse 5, it says, And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, which is America. We know that this is America through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemishai. And here in verse 16, when we go down, and the 10 horns, which is the European Union, which thou sawest upon the beast, which is NATO, thee shall hate the whore referring to America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So America is going to be burnt with fire, and it's going to be by way of the thermonuclear destruction, which will be by way of those missiles. And yes, it says here that America's own allies will turn against her, the European Union and NATO. And also America's enemies are going to shoot missiles at her as well. In Revelation chapter 9, it talks about the number of them, 200,000, which is 200 million. So here we have this Iron Dome of America, executive order from Donald Trump. And let's take a listen to it.
President Trump following through on yet another campaign promise, signing an executive order to build a version of Israel's Iron Dome right here in the U.S. to protect Americans from foreign threats.
To immediately begin the construction of a state-of-the-art Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will be able to protect Americans. You see that with Israel. We're out of 319 rockets. They knocked down just about every one of them. So I think the United States is entitled to that, and everything will be made right here in the USA.
Jeremy Hunt is the Veterans on Duty Chairman and a former Army Intel Captain. He joins me now. Jeremy, great to see you as always. Look, this is not a new idea. Ronald Reagan proposed this back when he was president. That was like 4 decades ago. You weren't even a gleam in your parents' eye. So why did it take Donald Trump in his first week, basically, to make this a reality?
Yeah, well, first off, I think it's refreshing to have a president that prioritizes American national security. I mean, and I think he's spot on with this executive order. Look, the threat is very high. A lot of the intel agencies for the last 4 years under Joe Biden have been sounding the alarm that we are at a significant threat level right now in the United States. We all saw how the Chinese Communist Party could just, fly a surveillance balloon all through American airspace without being deterred at all. These types of issues, I think it does raise a lot of alarms, and Americans are wondering at home, are we truly safe? And look, it's not even just in the airspace, too. I mean, the CCP, they're buying up farmland next to our military bases and strategic areas. things. They're trying to control our food supply lines. A lot of the kind of crop protection products that our farmers depend on are now reliant on China. So American food security is now at risk. I mean, the threat is great. So I think President Trump is right to think outside the box. I think about how we can make sure that Americans at home are safe.
But let's be clear-minded about this. Israel's system targets short-range threats, and Israel is only the size of New Jersey, so it's not as much space to cover as the United States of America. We need to protect against long-range missiles from our enemies, potentially like North Korea, potentially China, and cover all 50 states. So explain how that would work.
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, we have a defense industrial base in this country that has got to be fired back up. We have to make products here in the United States that focus on peace through strength, making sure that we are deterring our adversaries. And so we do that by building the type of weaponry and the type of protection systems that deter the threat, and also make sure that our enemies know that we aren't playing around, that we're able to respond if something were to happen. So you're exactly right. I mean, there's this type of long-range weapon systems that we've got to make sure that we're protecting against. I think that, the executive order, things will get fleshed out as time goes on, but I think we're on the right track with making sure we're prioritizing our own American national security above all.
And again, we hope to never have to use this, but it's peace through strength. If the deterrent is there, it decreases the chance that somebody tests us. Finally, the president also signing executive orders eliminating DEI and gender radical.
All right, cool. So, yeah, man, they want to build. Trump calls for American missile defense system. It's all for naught. It's all futile, because the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishah are sure to come. And a part of the prophecies is that America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So whatever it is that they're doing on that end, because the wicked elite of Esau Edom know what's up. They know that what we speak about is the truth, that America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So this whole Trump going out there and talking about this missile defense system is to put, wow. It says, let me get it. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as a woman, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape it. So when they think they're safe and whatever else, the destruction is still going to happen. It's sure to come. Prophecy will happen. It's over. And as soon as they launch their microchip, which is the mark of the beast, Yahushua is just around the corner. Once that prophecy is manifest, the mark of the beast prophecy, World War III has already started. That's a part of Bible prophecy. And it is at the end of World War III that the missiles are going to be shot towards America. And Yahushua is simultaneously going to also arrive, because Yahushua is going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3, from America. And then 2/3 of our people who take the microchip are going to be destroyed. They will have to serve that judgment written about in Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 to 10. So the prophecies are sure to come. Okay, in Revelation chapter 18, it says, so it talks about the destruction of America. Let's go to Revelation 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Shemishai who judgeth her. So America is going to be burnt up, man, by those missiles. And our people that don't make it on this end, those who refuse to repent and to turn towards Yahweh Shemishai and reject Yahweh Shemishai, they will have to face the death in that lake of fire. In Jeremiah, and in Revelation 18, it also says that it will be destroyed in 1 hour. Let me get it. In verse 17, and in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. So when those missiles are shot from America's allies, NATO and the EU, and America's enemies, Russia, Iran, and the rest of those nations that are aligned with them, America's going to be destroyed in 1 hour. In Jeremiah chapter 50, and verse 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, talking about America, an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, talking about the ICBM missiles, shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So any kind of defense system, Iron Dome, that they want to put up there as a quote-unquote defense for America, it's not going to happen. Even if, like, it's not going to work. They can put it up and it's not going to work. Whatever they put up, the missiles are going to penetrate through. Let's go to verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, talking about America. Because in Isaiah chapter 13, it talks about it. It talks about the destruction of America and that it will not be inhabited after that. But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon, which is America, shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon, America, round about, all ye that bend the bow. And who's going to bend the bow? Once again, America's own allies and her enemies. Shoot at her, spare no arrows. Those arrows are the ICBM missiles, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh. And so the Lord is letting, the world know the reason why America is going to be destroyed, because it's a vile, abominable place. And why is that? Because the people that are ruling, who are the Edomites, the so-called white people, they are the wicked. And so since they're the wicked, they don't establish the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemeshai in America or anywhere. And they're in power. So from America, all of that wickedness just radiates to all of the other countries around the world, and they take on to her ways. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her. So America is going to be utterly destroyed, man. Utterly destroyed. Jeremiah 51 and verse 1, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, which is America, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And that's what these ICBM missiles are going to cause. If you do research or if you watch videos on YouTube as to even just the impact of one missile, it's devastating. And the impacts of it when it hits, it's extremely devastating. It is in fact a destroying wind of fire. And so imagine the number 200,000 blast in America, and will send unto Babylon, America, fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right? And the scriptures mention the Medes. Jeremiah 51 and verse 11, make bright the arrows, the ICBM missiles, gather the shield. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, talking about Russia. For his device is against Babylon, which is America, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple. So America's just really going to be utterly destroyed, man. And things are escalating day by day, because I seen a video earlier that apparently Russia, in Ukraine, that there are American soldiers that are fighting over there in Ukraine that are perishing. So that's another story that's going to be escalating over time to lead to that conflict over there in the so-called Middle East, which that conflict at the end of it will lead to the destruction of America. All right. And I have one more. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 40, the great and mighty clouds shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible star. What's the horrible star? The missiles, fire and hail and flying swords, and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. So imagine when all of those missiles are just falling upon America. All over America, man. All over. And look how big America is. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass of the meadows, and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, which is America, and shall make her afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her, and the star, and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her, which is also written about in Revelation 18. They're going to shoot the missiles, but they're going to also be like, oh, all of the benefits that we receive from America, right? And, you know, it's a judgment that Yahweh Shemishai warns our people about. But at the end of the day, the victory is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. Revelation 15 and verse 2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. Why is that? Because the elect are going to be delivered when Yahushua returns, the 1/3 from America and the rest of the elect from the four corners of the earth. And the elect will be in the chariots of Yahweh Shemishai, which in this world they're referred to as UFOs. And the elect, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, you know, a person that is a part of the hopeful elect, hoping for salvation, that the elect, we will be in the chariots looking down on the earth and seeing America completely engulfed in fire. So that is it, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Shemishai. This is our hope, that we are to be delivered by Yahweh Shemishai. We don't want to take part of the plagues. We want salvation. We don't want to exist, you know, live in this kingdom anymore, because it's a vile, abominable kingdom, and we hope every single day that it comes to an end, because we don't want to live in this kind of society. It's vile, it's corrupt. I mean, look at it. The wicked are in rulership. So when it is that Yahushua returns and destroys America, it is our kingdom, you know, in the time for our kingdom to be established. And the elect will be those first fruits. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai by Shemar Kodesh. Shalom.